Environmentalists are raising grave concerns over newly reported details of a side deal between the Democratic leadership and Senator Joe Manchin that would reform the permitting process for energy projects and clear the way for final approval of the Mountain Valley Pipeline, which would carry fracked gas through West Virginia to Virginia. The agreement was reached as part of an effort to secure Manchin's support for the Inflation Reduction Act, a proposed budget reconciliation bill that includes renewable energy investments, drug price reforms, and a number of giveaways to the fossil fuel industry. Because its provisions fall outside the bounds of reconciliation, the side deal must be passed as separate legislation. Here's a look at a plea for help from local Virginians.
This is Maury Johnson. I'm standing on Doe Creek Farm in Giles County, Virginia. It breaks my heart to see the destruction that's happening here on this farm.
We've been resisting Mountain Valley Pipeline since 2014.
The resistance to this is because we understand that pipelines are inherently bad. These kinds of pipelines, they take away the property rights. They threaten our water and our environment, especially this pristine water that's here in Monroe and Giles County.
I'm glad that Joe Biden has declared code red for climate, but it has been code red down here in Appalachia for a long time, with the fossil fuel industry calling the shots.
It's not just a regional fight anymore, it's now a national fight, and I say it's a global fight.
So it is time for us to take our message from these hills, from this devastation and destruction, to the front steps of the White House and demand that Joe Biden keep his climate promises, put an end to these projects once and for all.
So I'm asking you to join me for the Build Back Fossil Free rallies.
Join me in Washington, D.C., October 11th through the 15th, to stand in solidarity with all the pipeline fights across the country.
Our planet depends on it.
The emissions impact of the Mountain Valley Pipeline, which has been mired in legal and regulatory issues for years, would be substantial at a time when scientists say failure to swiftly rein in carbon pollution would have devastating consequences for life on Earth. One analysis estimates the completed pipeline would generate 89,526,651 metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions per year, which is equivalent to 19 million passenger vehicles. The pipeline has drawn forceful opposition from both local and indigenous communities that fear the project will expose water and land to dangerous leakage and pollution. The pipeline's current route would carry gas across 1,000 streams and wetlands on its path through Virginia. Jamie Hinn, the director of Fossil Free Media, wrote in a Twitter post Monday, "It's not a climate solution, it's a climate bomb. Democrats shouldn't be sacrificing communities in the path of the Mountain Valley Pipeline just to please a senator in the pocket of big oil." Since the text of the Inflation Reduction Act emerged last week, climate organizations have been grappling with the trade-offs in the bill and attempting to discern whether the good, which are historic investments and tax credits for renewable energy production, outweighs the bad, such as requirements for more oil and gas lease sales on public lands and waters. Experts have offered varying estimates for how much the bill's passage would cut U.S. carbon emissions, with one analyst suggesting CO2 pollution could be reduced by 800 million to 1 billion tons by 2030. Stay tuned for more updates, and thank you for watching Raw Story TV. Please be sure to visit us at rawstory.com. Stay informed and tap below to take action by liking, subscribing, and joining all those who like their news raw.